Hey guys, welcome back to Backpocket Game Reviews, and today I have a whole chunk of Xbox news for you because God knows I haven't touched on gaming news in a while. So, we're going to kick it off with Linksys actually announced a new router specifically made for Xbox. Now, I have not been the biggest Linksys fan since Cisco actually sold them, and they got bought out by, I'm pretty sure it was Belkin, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure it was Belkin. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was Belkin. So, Linksys is making the WRT32X gaming router. The whole point of this router is if you have an Xbox One, it is supposed to connect you to multiplayer games and have the entire service work better with Xbox Live than pretty much any other router. I mean, pretty much everything else is all par for the course. It would, from what it looks like spec-wise, you know, it's an AC router. AC is just the frequency that runs off. It has a USB 3.0 port, which means you should be able to plug in like a portable hard drive or a flash drive and be able to store media to those devices wirelessly through your own home network. But, you know, it's pretty interesting to see a router come out with specifically a console in mind, and more specifically with the console that doesn't quite have the same sales numbers as PlayStation does. Now, that's not saying anything against Xbox. I'm sure it's probably easier for them to work with Xbox, seeing as that it's essentially as if they were working with Windows at that point, because the Xbox runs Windows. Now, some other huge gaming news for Xbox that happened is it looks like they might actually wind up having a pretty big year. Crackdown is supposed to obviously be coming out, and I personally am not a big fan of Crackdown, but it does have a pretty decent following. It is kind of like a super-powered GTA. You're like in GTA, but with superpowers. That's the best way to kind of explain it. And it is supposed to have these huge destructible environments. However, a couple of other game leaks did come to light recently. We're going to touch on one last because it's essentially going to be its own separate topic. Perfect Dark. There is a Perfect Dark game supposedly being leaked or being rumored to be in production. And this stuff all came to light from a guy who has exposed a bunch of Xbox information before, and he takes essentially advantage of an exploit on their website to get a lot more information away from Microsoft than what they probably should be allowing him to get away with. He announces these as a wish list, but keep in mind last time it was all spot on, so it kind of makes you think that this is all going to be spot on. But Perfect Dark, and the game is going to be made by the Coalition. For those of you who don't know, the Coalition is the studio behind Gears of War right now. And Gears of War 4 was a tremendously good game, so obviously that's pretty exciting in and of itself to see Perfect Dark possibly have a resurgence. And that might not happen this year. It could take several years for that to happen. Forza Horizon 4 is rumored to be in development. That kind of makes sense because, you know, every other year there is a Forza game, and then every other year between those Forza games is a Forza Horizon game. Personally, I am a bigger fan of the Horizon franchise than I am of the mainline Forza series. I like both. I prefer the open world of Horizon, though. And the part that I would be most excited to hear about is what environment are they going to be doing, because last Forza Horizon game was Australia, and it was beautiful. It's one of the most awesome games to race around in. Next up, and probably the most exciting news for me, outside of the other one we're going to talk about, which is the hidden topic of the day, we're going to call it Halo. There is a Halo game in the works. That makes sense. I mean, really, no one should be shocked by that. It's been a few years since Halo 5 has come out. And obviously, Halo 5 has had a very long-lived multiplayer success. It's still going. A lot of people are still online. I play it every so often. And I would like a new mainline Halo franchise, or Halo game, please. Thank you, Microsoft, for making all of my wishes and dreams come true. If it is a new Halo game and it does come out this year, you're going to get a lot of streaming, and it might even be like a 48-hour straight stream of me not being able to sleep and drinking lots and lots of caffeinated beverages. And last but not least, and this one is probably one of the most heartwarming pieces for me in this little lineup of leaks, Fable 4 Project Wisdom is what it is called. So Fable 4 was something I literally was terrified I would never get after Lionhead Studios kind of just got dispersed. Done away with. Poor Lionhead, right? I mean, they were one of the most renowned developers at one point in time, and then Microsoft kicked them to the curb because, well, couldn't really do much. But, so Fable 4, well, who would it be being made by if it's not made by Lionhead? Playground Games. Yes, the developer of Forza Horizon is supposedly working on this open-world RPG game, which is being speculated to be Fable 4, which is ecstatically exciting because Playground Games has not done anything really outside of the Forza series, and obviously they know how to make an open-world game, and for it to be an open-world RPG, that makes me... I really like Fable, and I was really, really sad to hear that it might not be coming back. So here's to hoping, right? Maybe in the year 2, possibly 3, we might have a brand new Fable 4 game. And then the last bit of information I have for you, the last piece to this video of Xbox news, the Sea of Thieves Xbox One controller has been shown off. It is glow in the dark. I think that's pretty sweet. It's like this purple and light blue color. It is a really cool looking controller. I am a sucker for limited edition controllers. As most of you already know, I use the Gears of War one when I'm playing on Xbox a good chunk of the time. I also have a Battlefield 1 controller for Xbox, and then I have a custom controller for Xbox. I would still have a Master Chief one if the buttons would not have broke on me. And then for PlayStation, I have the clear blue, the crystal blue, and I have the clear red, and I have the gold controller. So again, I'm a sucker for limited edition controllers, and if you're gonna give me one that glows in the dark, I'm probably gonna buy it. So let me know what you guys think of the controller if you've seen it. I'm assuming my wife will probably wind up posting a picture of that controller in this video. Also, don't forget to drop a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. And if you're new here, subscribe, stick around. I like talking to you guys in the comments, and I really like seeing what you guys have to think about topics. So stick around. I'll see you soon. I'm going to have plenty more content coming for you.